To Precalculus class. Our topic is a graph of the sine function for today. I will solve a couple of problems to explain what I mean this. Find the properties of the sine functions, find the period of the sinusoidal function. We have one graph here. I will show you what I mean these variables or this letter in the graph. Okay, we have some the sinusoidal function is for instance, we have the two kinds. The first one, fx is equals a sine of bx plus c plus d. The second one, we have f of x equals a cosine of bx plus c plus d. Okay, we have this kind of thing define the characteristics of the graph. For instance, the first one we have here. The first one we have 8. This is for reminder you. 8 is the amplitude. This is an amplitude. All right. Define the amplitude. We have another thing here. 2 pi divided by absolute b here. This is the period. We have another thing here when we have b divided by 2 pi. This thing is a frequency. All right, and then we have y equals d. This is the midline. All right. Also, we have the distributive vertical shape. So this is absolute value. D. Okay, so this is the all characteristics in the graph. But how looks in the graph all these characteristics? So we have, okay, the first one, the amplitude. The amplitude is this one. This line is the amplitude. The amplitude says is the half on the vertical distance in the graphs is a maximum from maximum and minimum. So this means we have here how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. The middle and then 4, 6, 7, 8 here. How much is here? We have this k is 2, 8 is 2 absolute value a, right? It's a double, right? In this line. So, and also we have 2 pi b. This is a period. What I mean period is the horizontal distance in between two maximums. Is the horizontal distance, this one in the two maximums. So the horizontal distance, this one. This is 2 pi here. 2 pi divided by b. Okay. Also, what else we have in the graph? We have the middle line. Middle line is this one here. So here is y equals z. It's exactly the middle of the graph. Y equals z is right here, right? This when it is a point when you account. For instance, right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So suppose it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is So I think that's it in the graph, everything. So let me show you a couple of problems to show you one more thing specific in the problem. For instance, let me find write another problem here. For instance, find the horizontal in the graph. Let's find the horizontal. Okay, find the horizontal distance between two consecutive maximum. Okay, if you have one graph like this, only we are going to find the two consecutive maximum. Okay, right here. So in this graph, let's write down, for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at this. 1, 2, 6. This is 1 pi, 2 pi, and then 3 pi. I will show you or draw some graph here. Go all the way. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go in the middle here. 3. This point, and then all another point over here. 3. And then here another point. 3. Let's move it down right here. 3. Just I want to show you here as 2 and 1 right here. Okay, like that, something like this. So now find the horizontal distance between two consecutive maximums. Okay, let's talk about here. This is two consecutive, 1 and 2. All right. So how's this? We have here 1. Here is is 1 and 2. Let me see. We have this number right here. Let me show you another. This is 1 and 1. So this is 2 pi. See, that's the answer. All right. So the distance here. So the distance is 2 pi. So the period, also the period, remember, the period is 2 pi. That's the period. Okay. Let's go with the next step. So let me write another question here. To show you each step. Now we have to write equations and function from graph. So find the equation. Let me write the problem first. Find the equation. Find the equation. Find the equation. For the sine graph, okay, so let me show you in this graph right here. We have to find the equation in the sine graph. We have this graph. It's 1 pi, 2 pi, negative 1 pi, negative 2 pi, negative 1, and negative 2. 1 and 2. I will to make the picture here. Let me show you this one. It's right here. Very easy. Graph. This. One point right here. Like that, okay? So we have here this graph. We have to find the equation for the sine graph in this question. So we have inform f of x equals a sine bx plus c plus d. All right. So we have to solve it. This problem. I will erase this. I keep it with that because I don't have enough space. I will look at your graph. Looking at our graph. So now divide. We have to divide the vertical. We have to divide the vertical distance by 2 and then find the amplitude. So amplitude, we will have amplitude is equals divide the vertical. So we have here, let me show you here some information, and then we have this is equals 2, right? 2 right there, and then also here is a little higher here, but it's right there. Those are points. So now find the amplitude. We says 2 divided by 2 is equals 1. All right, the amplitude. Then we have to find the period. How find the period right there in our graph? So the period. So that is between 2 consecutive maximum points here. So what is the period here? So it's 1 and 2, right? 1 and 2. So it says 2 pi. Okay, that's the period. So the distance is the distance is 2 pi. So the period is 2 pi. It is 2 pi. So that's the answer in that question. But let's find the vertical shift. Now the vertical shift. So now let's find, and this is vertical shift. Shift. So this is the mirror lines. We have to find the mirror lines of the graph. Is the here, the middle line of the graph is the x-axis. You see, this is x, this is f of x. So the middle line of the x-axis. So the vertical shift is 0. So vertical shift is equals 0. Why? Because it is the middle of the graph. We have to find the middle of the graph. So right here is y equals d. Right? Y equals d in the graph. See? Now we have to find the equation for the graph. Find the equation for the graph is this one. We have to look for this. This is the last step. So amplitude. We have. Let me erase it here. And then give you the values. So it is the same problem. Just I simplify this. So amplitude. So amplitude is, I told you 8 is equals 1, right? We need to this information to find the equation. The equation, okay? So this means A is equals plus or negative 1, okay? Plus or negative 1. Now we have to choose here, choose 1, positive, all right? So next look at the period. We have to next look to the period. So the period is is equals 2 pi over b. So it's equals 2 pi. So this means this means that a b, absolutely b here, is equals 2 pi divided by 2 pi. So this means is equals 1. All right, it is 1. So we have to choose positive or negative. It's also positive or negative. So b is equals positive or negative 1. We have to use or choose 1. Okay, I am doing it step by step. So next we have to look at the vertical shift. We have to look at the vertical shift. What is the vertical shift? Vertical shift is right here. Y equals d. So d is equals 0. Vertical shift. Vertical shift is equals d equals 0, right? So the summarize, we have, if we summarize everything, we have summarize. The summarize everything, we have 8 equals 1, b equals 1, and d is equals 0. We are looking for this formula. All right. So now next, find the value of c. We have to find the value of c. So how find the value of c? So we have here 0, 0 right there. And then 0, 0 right there. Plug in the period of the function and solve it for c. So I will erase this data, everything. So now we have to plug it in the period right here into the function right here, and then solve it. We have to solve it for c. For c. So we have 0 here. 0 equals sine. 0 plus c. So d is 0 too, remember? And then y, x is 0 too. Okay. So 0 here, 0 is equals sine of c. See? When the value of the c is, that makes the equation true. So the value of c makes the equation true. So is c equals 0. All right. So the equation for the graph function is the equation for the function is fx equals sine x. We did very long process, but actually this is the answer. That's the answer. I said, that's it. So let me write another question. It's a different situation belong to this topic, graph of the sine of the function. So just I'm trying to explain the process, but how you understand how graph the sine function. But it's very simple. You need to take a look the sinusoidal function here in this, and then find all values, but the all values are given to you. Let me write another question for you. So let's talk about the so we have to find an equation. Now find an equation. Let's see this problem. Find an equation for a sinusoidal function that has period 2 pi. So amplitude 1 and contains the period uh, 5 pi divided by 2, comma, negative 1. So this is our problem. How solve this problem? All right. We have to use the period to find, we have to use the period to find the numbers a and b, right? Into the equation. Let me write this clue. Use amplitude to find the numbers a and b into the equation. F of x equals a sine bx plus c plus d. All right, that is the question. Easy. So now let's write the amplitude. I will the same thing, amplitude. Okay, is equals A equals 1. It's in the problem, right? This amplitude is 1 right here. It's given in the problem. And then, so this means that A is equals plus or negative 1. So we choose, we select 1. And then period. What is the period? It's right there too. The period is equals 2 pi divided by b. So this means equals 2 pi. Okay. So this means b is equals 2 pi divided by 2 pi equals is 1. So b is equals positive or negative 1. We select 1. Okay, we select 1. Finally, use the point. We have this point 5 divided by 2 comma negative 1. It's negative 1, right? To find, we need to find C and D. All right, this is the next. So if we have f of x equals a sine bx plus c plus d. So substitute, we have to substitute here. Substitute here, negative 1 equals sine times 5 pi divided by 2 plus c plus d. That's the formula, okay? So here I will erase all this data. I don't need it. And then I will continue on the top. Look at this. I am here. So right here, this is the last point. Right here. So choose C equals 0 and solve for D. Okay? So then we have to write negative 1 here equals sine times 5 pi divided by 2 plus D. Okay, see, and then we simplify, negative 1 equals 1 plus D. So negative 2, let me erase it, the arrow here, because I don't need it. So negative 2 equals D, right? So an equation for the function is fx equals sine of x minus 2. Okay? That's the solution to our problem. See, it's not hard, it's not complex. So the thing is that we have to follow long process, but once you know the properties of these problems in the how graph of functions, I mean the sine functions, it's very simple. So thank you so much to be here in our class. I am here Mondays and Thursdays, Monday and Thursday at 3 p.m. So I'm waiting for you to enjoy, to discuss problems on mathematics. I know it's very simple. Some students say, oh no, why do that? It's very simple. I take the computer or my cell phone and then use I8 and then easy find the solution. But that's not the thing here. The thing I am trying to teach you, to show you the process for you, not for the computer, not for internet. So it is for you. It's very important that you know, conoce in your mind what is the mathematics process and this kind of problem. So thank you so much. I'm waiting for